Hello, young minds. In this eventful and peaceful night, we will be sharing with you guys tips and tricks, experiences for you to prepare your guys' professional life that's coming ahead very, very soon. So, with that, I would like to welcome all of you to our program brought to you by the Office of ENCOM Division, Kulia of Languages and Management Student Society in collaboration with Counseling and Career Services Unit IIUM Pagoh. We proudly present to you Career Sharing Session with Sister Suryanie Farhanis and Sister Aina Nadia. My name is Anis Farhana binti Badrun Nizam. I am a third year student and today I will be your moderator. First and foremost, let's begin our event tonight with the humble recitation of Al-Fatiha. Amin, amin, ya rabbal amin. To those who are attending tonight, I'm sure you guys are eager to learn about the professional life as a full-on working adult because we are all approaching that very, very soon. Now, what does it mean to be a good intern? And where do we begin? What is internship like? I'm sure all of you have these questions in mind. Now, our first speaker of the day has had her fair share of sharing sessions on her internship. She is very well experienced in talking about internship and professional settings. So on her Instagram account, she has been sharing this a lot about her career, about her internship life, what her workplace is like. Today, here she is to talk about workplace sharing internship. She is currently an ENCOM student in her final year, and she will be graduating soon when she finishes her internship. Now, in case you didn't know, you can always set up your internship to be at the back of your study plan. And so with that, you can finish all of your courses first and do internship combi. And inshallah, if you have a chance, the company that recruits you for your internship can recruit you to become a permanent staff. So with that, that's what she did. So she will be, once she finishes her internship, hopefully she will be remaining in that company or she will grow as a better employer, as a better employee in that company. So she works in a general office setting, and we will not be disclosing which company she works in, but it is definitely in the professional setting. Our first speaker is a very hardworking person, and she plans everything very, very well beforehand. Please welcome our first speaker for the night, Sister Suryanie Farhanis binti Sapsuri, and her topic, Workplace During Internship.
Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yeah, we
Can,
can hear
right?
you.
Okay, great. I'm actually in my fourth year, but I already finished my internship by the end of June, and I was offered a job back at my internship and my internship company, but I had to reject due to the PKP, and I was back in Penang, so my company is in KL. I couldn't come back. It's okay on that part, but I've been offered a job, and I'm currently working as a permanent worker in one of the car trading company. Okay, so let's start. Okay, I'm gonna be explaining on what to do during internship. A lot of people will be having lots of questions like, how do I start? How do I use my skills? What skills do I need? How do I expand my credibility and everything? So these are the things that I will be explaining and will be sharing on how I planned my internship properly to make sure that I'm able to graduate with a great internship reports. Okay, the first thing, I'm sorry, Sister Anis, but can you share the slide on the first page? Yeah, the first. Okay, what to do during internship? Okay, that's my name. Just call me Sue. Next, please. Okay. It's actually the skills and expertise. Actually, this is the. Okay. Where's my another one more? Oh, okay. That's this one. So with the first one. Okay. The skills and expertise part, I actually break down into five. Okay, one would be using your general skills. Okay, despite of whatever backgrounds that you're having, law or maybe ENCOM, communications, maybe culinaries, whatever skills that you have, make sure you are able to use your general skills. general skills here that I mentioned is like communication skills, either in writing or presentations, maybe in writings, communications, presentations. All these skills are general skills which you have to equip yourself with. Make sure you have it before you go for your internship. If you're not good at something, polish it. Do take some online classes or lessons. Okay. And second will be self-portray. On how do you first show your appearance to the company? How do you first know the environment? Adaptation to a new environment, right, is going to be different. On how you go to your campus, it'll be different than a working environment. Working environment, you have a lot of people around you, different races and cultures. So you need to know these environments are new and how do you cope with it. And you need to learn about people at that time, people's attitude, people's behavior. By learning these things, right, these attributes, you're able to manage and adapt to that environment. Okay. And third, the thing that I really prioritize on time management. I always make sure when I was back in my internship, half an hour early to my workplace, and I will make sure that I plan things well. I know what I'm supposed to do for the day. And before I go back home, half an hour before my time to leave from the office, I'll make sure that my tasks are completed. Because when you are able to manage your time, you are able to plan it properly, you are able to know more. Okay, so that's really important for you to discipline. So if you're not good in time managing part where you're like procrastinating a lot of things, try and reduce it slowly. Because when you actually go for this working environment, it's different. When your boss wanted it to be like right on the spot, you got to settle it, you got to settle it. So time management is very important, okay? And fourth, strength and weaknesses. People these days will always be exploring, okay, you know your strength, everything. No, it's not about knowing your strength only. You need to know your weaknesses as well. If like for me, I'm not good in calculations, I'm not good in Excel. So what I did was, back in my internship, I was given the task to do finance under account receivable. It wasn't easy at all. But I learned. My supervisor spent 1 hour to teach me. So I'm lucky to have such a good supervisor at that time. So make sure you are able to have your friends to assist you. That's when it refers back to the first point. Use your general skills. Whatever that you're not good at it, polish it. Because you don't know whatever task that you'll be given soon, you'll be needing these skills later on. So know your weaknesses and improve it. Okay? And the last but not least will be know your role. It's important for you to know your role because some people will be, just join an internship without knowing what you're supposed to do. Like back when I was in my internship, I was a business admin. It's totally different than ENCOM. ENCOM will always ask us to be like maybe take into content writing, but I'm not trying to flatter myself, but I really like something that involves with business and management. So I took business admin. It was a whole new level, but I was able to cope with it because I plan things well and I really make sure that I'm able to understand it and use whatever skills I have. By having these five skills, these five attributes, it will actually help you out to build self-confidence as well. Okay? So this will be on the first part, and let's go on the second part. Sister Anis, can you please share? Okay, this one. Okay, planning of internship period. I had my internship since January. I was supposed to start on 26th, but I started on 13th. I started earlier and I ended up right on time on May 29th of May. So it was a really long time because I had my internship half back in Penang during the PKP and another half was in the office. Okay, I know it's challenging, but it's never a problem for me because these days we have these virtuals and everything. We have this online streaming with your bosses, so it wasn't a big problem. Okay, so for the first month, what you're supposed to plan is that if you've been given a role, you have to make sure that you are able to get the access. For example, I was assigned to do a lots of posts on Facebook, social medias. So make sure you have the access, the password, the username, the Word documents, whatever documents that needed access. You have to make sure that you get of it. And also you need to get familiarized with the environment. when you get the access and everything, you're able to know your job scope, you're able to know your role. So after knowing your role, you're able to know, okay, this is my job. Okay, I have my colleagues around me. How's my colleagues are? Maybe these colleagues will be into a different department. These colleagues will be under marketing department. This will be finance department. So know your environment. Some people thought that when they go into internship part, they can just isolate themselves like how they are back in their campus when they're studying. No, you cannot be like that. You have to be, if your environment is like a friendly environment, then be friendly, learn. And if they are very hardworking type, learn to be hardworking as them. Not trying to change you, but you have to be like a chameleon. You have to adapt to the environment, the surrounding of the people, the attitudes, and how the behaviors of your bosses and your colleagues as well. It's important the first month so that you are able to be, comfortable with the environment that you're in. Okay, and the second month will be, you must be able to work independently. Okay, back when I was in my internship, I had 3 months in the office and another 3 months at home, and it was difficult a bit because yes, I have to communicate everything via online through WhatsApp, through Google Hangout. So it wasn't easy. So this is the tips I really want you guys to know is that be independent. You can have your supervisors teaching you. You can have your supervisors or your colleagues to help you. But at the same time, you need to help out yourself. You can't just rely on others. You need to be independent, work things out and sort the problems. If your part, for example, you're doing a content writing and you get some complaints stating that okay, this content is a bit lengthy. When you go into websites, when you create a website using WordPress, right, you can't expect to know that you can expect that the words are really important. Sometimes you will be needing these point forms. So this is when it's important for you to interact with other departments. For example, if you're in the content writing departments, you might be interacting with the marketing department or the designing department, where they'll be explaining on, okay, on the website part, you have to make the words to be the content will be a bit shorter, maybe not too lengthy. So that's when you are able to work independently, meet up with other colleagues, ask, and you able to solve the problem within yourself, because at the end you will always be referred to your problem solving skills. That's when our supervisors will be check on us, monitoring how do we resolve the problems that we have. Okay, so back on the first part where you have to be familiarized with you have to be familiar with the environment, know who your friends are, know who your colleagues and your surrounding and everything. So when you're okay with them, if you have any problems, there will be no problem for you to reach out to them. They are happy to help you. So build the bond first. Okay, and the third month will be explore more job scope and works given. So if you have been given a lot about content writing on social media, for example, and maybe you can ask from your job from your boss, like maybe I can do something like a newsletter, or maybe I can do like a video part. These things will be very helpful, I mean useful for you if you're able to explore more on the roles that have been given to you. And you have to help your colleagues. Okay, this is the part when people will be saying that, oh, I'm just an intern, I wouldn't know much. You're just an intern. So that is the best part of all. You are able to take the opportunity to be a learner, to learn. And you'll not get scolded by your bosses. If you were to get scolded, then maybe there's something wrong. Maybe you did something that is awful. But if when you're an intern, my supervisor is always saying this to me, like, you always get this free ticket to be free without getting any scolding from them or from the management. So that's when you have to help your colleagues and gain more from them. Sometimes you don't know, when you actually collab with others, when you actually involve with other departments, you're not into only yourself, only what you're supposed to do, but you learn about other people's job scope. Like me, I was a business admin position at the time, but I was doing marketing. I was learning about finance, and I was learning about clearing emails, replying to customers, replying to our dealers. So these are the things that is really, really important for you to get to know about your role and other people's role as well, and expand your job scope. And be helpful, seriously. When you have these people helping you out when you are stuck in a problem or something, these colleagues of yours, they will be helping you. If you're good towards them, you're friendly towards them. Like what I always do is back in the first month, like till now, I keep saying like if, in the morning I'll be saying like, hi, morning, how are you? Okay, hi, hey, had your lunch? Be friendly. And when you help your colleagues, you're able to know your role, help out your colleagues and everything. It'll be no problem for you. And back to the fourth month, you need to get new ideas on what would be your preferred job scope, and how you can expand your credibilities. At this part, when you know your role, for example, you're good in administration, okay, and but at the same time you're good in content writing, so maybe you can expand it more into marketing, where you expand your content into writing posts on social media, maybe into writing on website, or maybe on designing. So these skills, from one skill you develop to the second skill you develop into the third skill. So these things will actually expand your credibilities when you actually expose yourself to your supervisors, to your colleagues, by helping them and everything. Your employer will be seeing this and they will appreciate it. That's what I had, because I wasn't good at all in WordPress, in making websites and everything. I was horrible in doing it, but my supervisor was very helpful. They had these online classes, how to do into finances, account receivable, business management online classes. We attended every day after working hours. Please don't be stingy with your time. Don't be stingy. If you're not stingy with people, people wouldn't be stingy with you in terms of knowledge. And you need knowledge while you're still an intern. Okay. And the fifth month, know what you want from the company. Okay, like what I had was my supervisor will always had this meeting with me every month, except when it was PKPP. She had the last meeting with me, and she offered me a job because she could see that I was very helpful. When you help people, you expand your credibility. You know your skills and you expand it more, and you know new skills. You improve whatever weaknesses that you had, like maybe in calculations, maybe in speaking. So when you have that being improvised, your employees will be watching, supervising you, and they can notice the positive changes. These positive changes will actually help you out. And trust me, when Sister Anis mentioned about getting job after your internship, it actually happened to me. So I always plan to have my internship at the end, because if I were to be offered a job, it will be easy for me to just accept it. Okay? And as for now, okay. That will be from the first month till the end. So if you are having only 3 months period of your internship, then no problem. You just try and compress it. From the first month, and make it first month from the first and the second, make it into one. So that's how I always plan things out, to make sure that I'm able to solve things and able to know what I'm good at, but at the same time to know what I'm weak at, so that I can improve. Okay. So, Sister Anis, if you don't mind, the last slide would be, can you please share it? Okay. For those, I'm sorry, this will be usaha tawakal and reda. Okay. For those who are non-Muslims, okay, it means like when you actually work hard, okay, when you work hard, can you force people to judge whatever you did? You can't. People will notice it sooner or later. Sooner or later, they will notice it. But what I did was I always work hard. After I work hard, but at the same time, you have to be smart. Okay? You work hard and you work smart. And then whatever results that come after, you did your best. So that is tawakal. You did your best. You can't change people's perceptions. You can't change people's judgments and everything. But you know yourself best. So that's when, at the end of the whole process, what I always do for my interview during my internship was before my internship, and also when I was getting interviewed by my employer before I was offered the job and everything. I did my very best during my internship, and whatever she gave me, the comments, the feedbacks, though sometimes it's a negative feedback, I always accept it in a positive way. Because when you teach your heart and your mind to be positive, it actually eases everything, rather than you being so, oh my god, she doesn't see my hard work all this while. It's just not good for your health also. And once you did your best, and then you did, rather here means not to give up, but to accept whatever feedbacks that were given. Be thankful if people will be to say that. I had before, my SV was, she was mad at me because she said that I actually posted a picture on Facebook and it was blurry a bit. It was blur, and she was like, "Man, so this picture can actually bring sales to us. Can actually brings 1,001 reason for our customers to not like us, because that is the first impression of people to look when people, the first impression that people will get when they first go into our Facebook page." So she actually, she scolded me in the group, but I was okay with that because she taught me something that is important, which is not to take things simple. You know, you have to make sure that everything is perfect so that you are able to work it out. Sometimes, yes, people will be saying, okay, nothing is perfect in this world. Yes, of course, but you can always work towards it. Work towards to be, to make it really nice. And at least when you do something that is good, people will be comfortable with you. People will be okay with you. So to be an intern, don't take how to say, don't take opportunity in terms of like in a bad way, in a wrong way, where people say like, okay, I'm an intern, so who cares if I'm always late, or who cares if I don't do well, or who cares if I don't do lots of helping. I mean, if I don't help my colleagues around. No, you don't do that. It's not gonna help you in future. You might be okay with your internship at the time, but when you start working like what I'm doing right now, it's not gonna work. You got to work things out on your own. At the same time, you will be needing others to help you. You cannot live alone. You cannot isolate yourself. If you were like that before, you're not an outspoken person. Try and have some classes around. Maybe meeting up with your friends. Learn how to be more exposed. Know to the things around with. There's a lot of online classes these days, like through LinkedIn, and through online, like those languages and everything. That is, it's not even a problem actually for you to learn through online, because that's what I had. Okay, let me see if there's any. Okay, I won't be having any comments now, right? So I'll be having the Q&A at the end of this session, if I'm not mistaken. So just to summarize things up, okay, skills and expertise. Make sure you have the five skills of it. Use your general skills. Use your strength. Improve your weaknesses. Manage your time wisely, and portray yourself properly to your employer and to your colleagues as well. Okay, and know your role. From knowing your role, then only you are able to expand the skills that you have and to improve whatever weaknesses that you have. Okay, and plan your internship period properly. By having the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, fifth month. If you are having less than 5 months of your internship, then compress it into 3 months. But use the tips. Seriously, it's really helpful. I didn't have these tips when I started off my internship. That's why I'm here to help my brothers and sisters, my juniors, to make sure that you guys are able to endure your internship successfully. Okay, let's see. Yep, I think from my side, I'm okay. I think I'm done on my side. So Sister Anis, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, how many minutes do I have left, or I'm
We
right on
actually have
time?
another 10 minutes.
Oh
You
my
want to
god,
share?
am I fast?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe I can another 5 more minutes. I'm just gonna take 5 minutes so that I can wrap up you guys, and the 5 minutes will be my experiences that I had. When I go for my internship, I always before I go for my internship, I'll have my certs with me, whatever transcripts that I have, partial transcripts, certifications. These certs will be very useful for you. So when you go for your internship interview, bring it along to show your credibility, to show your worth. Sometimes people will just think, oh, I'll just bring my resume, it's just sufficient. No, you should bring your cover letter, you should bring your certs, transcripts, whatever that you have. It's not about I mean, I'm trying to put this in a nice way, in a nice word. Okay, it's not about selling your face, but it's about selling your brain. That's what I always remind myself. Okay, that's what I did. I went to my workplace, and it wasn't easy. because my company was the HQ was in Singapore, so we have I was the first second batch, I guess, in KL. They just opened up a new branch in KL, headquarters in KL, Singapore, Malaysia, and Brunei. So I was managing accounts on three places, three countries, and with the business part, social media posts, social media on Facebook, on Instagram, on Malaysia branches. It wasn't easy, but I can get through it because I always make sure that I'm able to learn whatever new things that was assigned to me, the task given. Sometimes it might take some time, like you have your work end by 5 o'clock, but you have online classes with your bosses by 7 until 10. You have to get through it because when these online classes, right, you don't know whether it's going to be useful or not. So better you prep up yourself and you know things. When you attend these classes, these online classes, you're gonna be grateful. These days, if you go online classes, trust me, guys, you have to pay, right? So if you were to get free from your bosses, just grab the opportunity. Don't be stingy with the knowledge. People will be sharing with you at that time. So yeah, and also in terms of communication wise, if you're not good in English, please improve because that will be the most important language these days. However, of course, prioritize our our mother tongue language, Bahasa Melayu and everything. And if you're good in other languages, third language, like I'm not that good, but I can speak a bit of French. So yeah, that's how you actually polish yourself. Maybe you can take online classes and improve it. Show people what you're good at, know your worth, and you might have some colleagues who are not that that open towards you. No worries, you don't have to force people to like you. As long as you know that they are comfortable with you and you're comfortable with them, it's already sufficient. Okay. And if you have been given a task that is very difficult, like what I had to do WordPress, it was difficult for me because I'm not into website. So I call up my friends, I learn with them up till like 3 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. Yeah, I still have my friend from high school to assist me on that part. It was an experience, but it's really a useful one. Seriously. So make sure you guys are able to plan. That's what I always do. Before my internship, 2 months before KLM would release the date for the internship, I already planned which company I'll be going and what kind of job scope I would like to take and what kind of company that I would like to go. These things are really important so that you plan your internship properly and you can reduce the risk of getting companies that you don't like or maybe job scopes that you don't like. So you have been given time, right? 2 months to prepare yourself. So don't take this opportunity to say that, oh my god, I don't have enough time. So it's just an intern. I'm just an intern, just an internship thing. No, it's not. The first thing, I was employed by my company. I just finished my internship at that time. So they employed me without having any full transcript, but just having me explaining what I had during my internship. By having that, you're having your references is important. When you're good with your colleagues and your supervisors, when you want to apply for a job after your internship, they will get your references, whereby they will refer to your supervisors and your company to ask about what you did and how good you were with the jobs that were given. So make sure everything that you do, you work hard and work smart as well, because don't waste your time, you're still young. So I guess I really hope whatever knowledge that I've been sharing all this while will be very, very useful for you guys. So maybe the Q&A part, you can ask me anything and I'll be happy to assist you. Like maybe some people wouldn't understand me in English. Maybe you can ask me in comment section in Bahasa Melayu ke apa ke. I don't mind explaining. Okay? So yeah, I'll pass it around to you, Asistanis.
All right, thank you, Sister Sue. So that was a very helpful tip. As you guys can see, you not only need to be prepared for internship, as she said, be well prepared in what you want to do. Study your internship first, whatever you want to be, what company you want to work in, what kind of internship you want to do. Be prepared for it. Do some research. Ask your friends, ask your family. If you are being, reeled in into a company with your family members, ask your family member who is involved. What kind of work will I be doing, etc., etc. You should know your internship and your job scope very well before you go into your internship. So preparation, even though it is explained and it is taught to us over and over and over again, it is because it is supposed to be reminded to us over and over again so that we apply them in our lives as a whole for anything at all. Just be prepared, do your research so that you don't get caught off guard, so that you are ready for everything. So, with that, as Sister Sue said in her part just now, prepare yourself with skills. So if you are doing your internship and you don't have any Excel skills, Access skills, any Microsoft skills, website development or anything, whatever your internship, whatever you're trying to do in your internship, make sure you are prepared with that skill. And this next topic is very well related to that. Our second speaker for today is IIUM Pagoh's very own young psychology officer. She is the head of counseling and service unit in IIUM Pagoh campus. As a career sharing session program, it is only right for us to invite this local expert that we have. Please welcome our next speaker, Sister Aina Nadia binti Mizan, our very own psychology officer, IIUM Pagoh campus. And her topic is Upskill Yourself.
Okay, with that, I would like to first and foremost thank everyone who is participating to our tonight session. But before I start properly, I would like to ask you guys who is on live now, comment on the section box down below. Tell me where are you from and what year you are in. If let's say you're in degree, what year you're in right now, or perhaps you're not from IIUM Pagoh, you can just write down the section so I would know who is my participant tonight. Basically, from my part, these are not specifically for certain group. I would say it's just more on a general way on how we see or how we plan our career planning. Okay, that's why I would like to know who is my participant today, so I would know in what situation you are. Okay, so when we talk about upskilling yourself, I want to emphasize more on the career planning. What are the plans that you can do right now in whatever situation you're in? You may be able to relate, inshallah. Okay, so I hope the committee can change the next slide. Okay, all right, student transition. Okay, I would like to ask every one of you to have a break for a while and pause for a moment and reflecting back to your experience from the day when you're trying to enter the higher education until where you are right now. Okay, because the first one would be the enter higher education phase. Okay, these are what the overview on the student transition from education of background to the world of work. Okay, so can you imagine what are the fields that you are experienced from day one you try to enter university or college, or perhaps some of you guys are from CFS, matriculations, you know, that kinds of feelings, you try to change yourself to a new place. You might experience adaptation to a new environment, and then perhaps some of you guys are first time being away from family, mungkin perhaps, and then these are the moment where you are trying to structure your own life on your own, so you have no family, close friends around, so you need to create new friends together and trying to maneuver your life at that time. Okay, and then the next phase is when you are currently at now in your university life, and these are when you explore further on your relationship, on your personal well-being, as well as your I would say professional well-being, because at this time around you may have some ideas on the planning that you want to achieve ahead. Okay, let's say most of you guys are ENCOM students, English communication. You would think that, oh, after this you graduate from university, what are you going to be? Okay, all these questions or dilemma that you're thinking are happening at this moment, okay, through this collegiate life. And then the next part would be moving from higher education into the workplace, and these are part of being internship, as how the first part of our session, which Sister Sue have splendidly explained and share her experience with us. So these are the brief idea on what are the transition that most of us undergoing. Okay, so I would like to have this understanding from you guys so that you can relate to one another. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so when we talk about career planning, what are the first word that come into your mind? Skill, okay. Mainly talk about skill. What we must have to enter the workplace exactly. So all these things are some of the questions and some of the preparation that you have in your mind. So all these questions are running to your head and you don't know where to start. Okay. So when you have all these questions, it's best to write it down and analyzing it. So what I'm going to help you with is by planning your career journey, you must start to know yourself and know your world of work. Okay, first and foremost is know yourself. Communication skills, okay, good one, Shazwan. Communication skills, okay. Let's go further on the know yourself, okay. So you must be wondering, what are the things that I need to know about yourself? I know this part are like everyone is talking about this. I know myself, self-love, self-care, self-assessment, all these things. But what exactly that you need to know about yourself? So the first one is your intrapersonal. Okay. So what are the intrapersonal? So intrapersonal is anything that the capacity to manage the one's behavior, which is ourselves, and emotions to achieve one's goals. Okay, goals doesn't mean specifically just apply to career goals. Okay, it applies to any kind of goal, personal goals, relationship goals, career goals, and any kind of goals. And when we talk about intrapersonal, it's more to yourself. It's more to you evaluating yourself on your emotions and on your behavior as well as your attitude. Okay, to make it further, you can evaluate yourself. You can ask yourself, let's say if something doesn't go as according to your plan, how do you react to that? Okay, so that is the simple activity that I would like you to ponder and reflect. Okay, so that would be the intrapersonal. The next one would be the interpersonal. Interpersonal means that it involves on expressing ideas and interpreting and responding to messages from others. It's between you and everyone else or other than yourself. It's more on the interaction between you and others, because no man is an island. You don't live in this world to live alone. You need one another. You need your friends, you need your family, you need your colleague, lecturers, everyone. And this shows on how good you are in interacting to everyone. Okay, and different people has different kind of skills, and when we say skills, it means that it can be learned, it can be enhanced, and it can be improved. Okay, so no one is born with master skills. Okay, so we go further on the skill set. So skill set is a collection of skills and abilities. And by meaning of that, it means that every one of us, every one of you guys who is listening to this has your own different and unique skill depending on your interests, your abilities, your competency, your personal qualities, and your own technical skills. Okay, so you cannot compare yourself with other. The one that you can compare is your old self. Okay, this is very important because like most of us, not most of us, I would say many people is being used to compare. If they're not comparing themselves with others, perhaps other people compare themselves with others, so it affects us. So it must know that these skills of set is depending on ourselves. Okay, and these skills can be divided into two main type of skills, which is soft skills and hard skills. I know you have heard this type of skills, right? Soft skills and hard skills. But what exactly are those? Soft skills are generally pertaining to interpersonal skills and other personality traits that allow you to communicate and work with others. Okay, that is the soft skills. So what are the examples of soft skills? It's communication skills, conflict resolution, decision making, teamwork, time management, as well as leadership. Okay, and hardship, on the other hand, is more on the technical skills, such as the capabilities for you to use and perform a task relating to specific job. Okay, and the example of hard skills are copywriting, event planning, mathematics, accounting, and graphic design. So when you can differentiate, when you're able to differentiate these type of skills, it is easier for you to analyze yourself and work on things that you need to know, which one that you need to improve and which one that you need to maintain. All right, so that is a little bit about knowing yourself. So let's go further on know the world of work. Okay, now that you are all in university, you have all these, I would say, inquiries, okay? What place you're going to work, and because when we say about working, it means that we're expecting to work at one certain place for a certain period of time. Okay, perhaps 5 years or maybe longer, but depending on rezeki juga. Okay, when we talk about exploring the full range of life or work possibilities, it means that from now onwards, you need to explore the potential workplace that you would like to go to. Okay, the potential job scope that you need to explore on, and maybe some of your friends are having a part-time job. Okay, so these are one of the way on searching your working possibilities or working place for the long run. All right, so the next one is creating a professional network. So now you know that COVID hits, so everything is online. Most of the activities and meetings are online, but actually many companies have their own platform online which they want to interact more on the recruitment. Okay, so one of the platform that you can have a professional network with locally or internationally is through the LinkedIn. So do you guys know the LinkedIn? The LinkedIn platform in which you can chat or connect with people from all over the world, which also referring to recruitment. So from that LinkedIn, you can portray your work, be it your experiences, be it your achievements online, so that recruitment or recruiters can view it. So this is actually one of the platform that you can venture on, because everything is online right now. Okay, and then the next one would be professional preparation. So in this slide, what I meant by professional preparation is on yourself, your part, your professional grooming. Yes, knowledge is important, but the way you bring yourself professionally is also important. How do you want to talk to people from the upper level, from the authority? You need to have that terms of communication. Okay, you cannot simply talk to your boss like you talk to your friends. Okay, like so leisure, so chill like that. You cannot do that. So you need to learn this. Okay, and then how do you want to portray and bring yourself, but not by means that you need to be fake. Okay, no, but try to learn on how to present yourself professionally. Okay, and then this also refers to preparing your resume, CV, as well as your social platform that may attract recruiters to recruit you to their job, to their organization. Okay, and then the next one is work values. So what does it mean by work values? Okay, you know that you have your own skills as well as your own values. Now you need to explore and make some research on the work values that you want to have according to the workplace that you're going to. Okay, because different companies, different organization has different work values, and these work values it helps you to be motivated. And if it's differ from your own personal values, you may have some conflict. So it's very important for you to make some research first before you go further for internship or to apply job there. Okay. So next slide. You must be wondering, now that you know yourself and then you already know the world of your work that you want to be in, where do you want to start? So make full use of your university life. For those who are already in your final year, it's okay. You still have time to prepare. You still have time to enhance your skills, improve your skills, learn new skills, groom yourself. Okay, so the first one is by joining or participating in student society, club or committee. Just like this one, we have KLMSS proposing or like organizing this program. Of course, they would learn a lot from this conductive program. So as at today, we're using a platform from FB Live. So we learn how to use this because before this you don't know how to use this. So it's a skill. Okay, indirectly you are actually learning skills in between of your experiences. Okay, and then other than that is program. Okay, by means program is not just participate but also be involved with that program. Okay, like right now you engage with us through the comments. Okay, this would help you to convey questions and messages more eloquently or more clearly. Okay, this is also a skill. So the next one would be find an internship or volunteer programs. Okay, find an internship, please. Just like how Sister Sue share with us on the internship experience, I might not be explaining more further on that, but I want to focus on the volunteering. Okay, what does it mean by volunteering? You can find a volunteering program to help yourself to build internally, because when we say volunteering, you are expected to do something without expecting to gain something in return, right? So for example, a simple volunteering is I think I saw a poster on clothing drive. You know, when we donate our clothes or any kind of clothes for the needs, that is one of the volunteerism that you may be involved with. And a part of that, you may be volunteering by plugging. Okay, maybe some of you guys would know plugging, where you pick up rubbish from the side road, you know, because when people littering, it's obviously ruining the environment. So you purposely do that so that you would feel it internally and it molds your attitude. Okay, and then the next one is additional courses. Apart from your program syllabus, officially or formally, you can register and learn additional courses from Coursera. It's free courses and it's not just based on your own program. Okay, you can enhance more program and different kind of skills through that courses. Okay, just Google it and you can find a lot of resources out there. And then join career fairs. Okay, I know I heard students say that they don't find going to career fairs beneficially because perhaps they don't know what to look for at career fairs. Okay, so before you go to career fairs, you need to know what are the things that you need to know. Okay, such as perhaps you want to look for companies that open a vacancy. Maybe that's one of the things. Or maybe you want to look for companies that could give you a training. Okay, there is a company that gives you training. And then you want to expose yourself to the world of work from variety of fields and backgrounds. So these are all the I would say the purpose of going to career fairs. Then you need to prepare it firsthand before you go to career fairs. Okay, and then last but not least is find your own career information center at your own university. Okay, because I saw someone from your ITM, right? So go find your career information center, like as in Pagoh, we have counseling and career services unit. So you can ask me on what are the job opportunities, what are the companies that you may apply job to, because we have link to the companies and industry. Okay, and if you, since we cannot do this physically, you can follow us on Instagram and follow any kind of companies, because they have presented their own job posters on their own platforms, such as their own website and then their own Instagram, and they are very active. So it's just a matter of which area that you want to work for, and where do you want to look on. Okay, so that is on the make full use of your university life. Okay, I would like to emphasize that the first step to creating a beautiful career just as you want it is to start by being honest with yourself. Okay, why do I say this? It's because when we talk about career planning, we somehow overlook on the inside. We often look on the outside, on the preparation of the resume, on the preparation of the CV, on the preparation of yourself. Okay, it's not 100% wrong, but you also need to think about your own well-being, your own satisfaction, your own passion and motivation, because all this is what makes you as you. So you don't want to just work for something that may be beneficial for a short term, but you want to make it beneficial and useful for you in a long run. Okay, because in this part, you may go venture more on work-life balance. Okay, I think it's very important for you to understand that once you have entered a workplace or the working life, it's different from you as a student. Okay, when you're a student, you are able to make mistakes, you are able to be free, but when you enter a working life, it's different phase. Okay, so try to ask yourself these questions. Okay, what are the basic assumptions that you have in life? Okay, and do you really know what you want in all aspects of your life? So this is a very big questions, and you don't have to answer it tonight. I'm throwing you the ideas and the question that you need to ponder and reflect. Okay, and what is your idea of living a successful and beautiful life? So please note that everyone has different answers, and there is no right or wrong. It's just in the matter of your own principle of life. It's in the matter of what you're interested in and just how you see your life is. Okay, I would emphasize that career planning is a journey as well as it's a process. So it doesn't mean that your pathway to achieve your goals is different from others, make you be demotivated. Okay, because everyone undergo different journey, different pathway, and what you need to do is enjoy every moment of it, the obstacles, the challenges, the high and low. Take things in a positive and meaningful way. Okay, yes, sometimes we fall down, but if you don't fall, you don't know how strong you are to get back up. Okay, so I think that's just a summarize of my part. Thank you.
To sum up everything that Sister Nadia said, you have to be prepared in terms of your internal communication, your intrapersonal communication. So know yourself first before you go on internships. You should know yourself better. So these are the types of researches that you need to do. Research within yourself, what you are passionate about, what skills you already have, what are your weaknesses. Try to look up what you can do with the skills that you already have. Maybe those internships would be useful for you. Maybe your career options are too wide because you're interested in so many things. But try to think about what skill sets that you have already mastered so that you can go through your internship in a successful way. Because you can be a jack of all trades, but a master of none, which is very hard because you don't know where to fit yourself into. So try to talk to yourself. If you journal, that's very good. You can talk to yourself in that way and understand who you are as a person, who you are career wise, who you are skill wise. And from there, you can go on through paths where you want to tread. what kind of internship you want to do, what kind of career you want to have in the future, and what internship can lead to that, and what kind of person you just want to be in the future. So, again, be prepared. Okay, so our next question is from Sister Munira. What should we do on our very first day of internship? I think Sister Sue can answer this one, please.
Okay. The
Okay.
first day of your internship. Okay. What I had was the first. Of course, in terms of appearances, make sure you dress properly. Don't wear something that is too extravagant, like wearing something that is very with this colorful makeups. No, please make it normal, make it professional. Don't wear sandals. Wear black shoes. Wear slacks and blouses that are very looks presentable, as long as it's presentable. Second, make sure you have all the accesses in terms of Word documents. What are the things that you've been assigned? Ask your supervisor what is your job scope most importantly, so that you are able to know, okay, I've been given this task. If I'm not good at it, what am I supposed to plan? If I'm good at it, how can I expand more? Know your job scope. Second. Third, make sure you also have the access in all the things that have been given. If they ask you to do on social media, make sure you have the access. Or maybe if they ask you to go into, maybe you become an assistant lecturer, or maybe an assistant to in terms of administration, make sure you know what is the current product or services of the company that is producing. Know everything about the company on the first day, because after that you'll be tested. And then yeah, that will be the three tips that I always do. But trust me, on the first day you might go early to your workplace but ended up going back late. That was what I had, because you need to get make sure that you get all the access and everything. It takes some time, but it's worth. At least it wouldn't take your time for the next few days after that. Three things.
So, Sister Nadia, thank you, Sister Sue. Sister Nadia, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I would like to add something on that. It's more on preparing yourself mentally. Okay. Of course, it's a new day. It's a new experience for you. Some of us may experience some like anxious, because not everyone is confident enough to go for an intern on their own. So what you need to have in your mind is that try to have some self affirmations on that first day. Okay, tell yourself that okay, this is my first day of internship. Inshallah, I'll be doing great. I will experience a lot of experiences, meaningful experiences. I will meet excellent people that I will work with and learn to. So try to comfort yourself by having these self affirmations, because if you want to start the day right, you need to start with the right intention. Okay, so I focus more on the preparing yourself mentally. All right. Okay, that's all.
So, our next question comes from Sister Jannah Atira. What kind and how much of research should we do to secure that the company we choose is the right one for us? Maybe we open to Sister Nadia first to answer this one.
Okay, this is very tricky and very crucial, because when we talk about choosing the right company for us, it depends on the, I would say first and foremost with the requirements for you guys, okay? Because there might be a company that you cannot fulfill the requirements for your study, okay? Because you're entitled to do something out of your requirements. So you need to focus and make research on that. And what I want to highlight is that you need to always have a close contact with your supervisor, because they may have the knowledge on which company that good because of the past experience for the students. Okay, and then make research on the company online, because of course there easy access for that. And if you can contact your senior who may uh, uh, experience their internship or come or work from that kind of company, you try to contact with them. Okay, that's just briefly on how to make some research on the company that you want to choose.
Yes, just a bit more there. If you want to do research, it's okay. You have to do research as much as you want. And the second part is, for me, what I did was, despite having companies that are difficult in terms of, you have to fulfill the requirements as well. But when you want to go for the interview before the internship, that's when you have the last opportunity to negotiate with your employer, to actually ask for demand skills. Like what I had was, I said I was majoring in English for international communication, but I'm interested in social media, I'm interested in management, I'm interested in businesses. So they gave me the position of a business admin, but at the same time, they equipped me with the other skills that has been required by the university. So if you want something, go for your job scope, but at the same time, it's adhere to the university requirements as well.
And maybe I would add something on that, because you mentioned ongoing interview, right, before the
Mm.
internship. Maybe we are accustomed that we are not used to ask questions during interview. So these are
Mm.
actually the golden opportunity for you to ask the recruiters any kind of questions that you want to know. But of course you need to make research on the proper question that you want to ask, kan. But it's very important to use this opportunity to ask questions and get clarification as much as knowledge, as much as information that you want to know. Okay, use this platform or like that golden opportunity to ask. Okay.
What should we include in our internship CV? By Pradesha's one again.
It's more on your contact information, and then focus on your skills, because like I said, you need to identify which skills that you are good at, and then your experiences. Even if sometimes we think that, oh, I have not been um anything, or I've never been into any kind of workplace or anything. But you can just fill in your experiences by joining or organizing program that shows that you have this drive to make things different. Okay, these are what the recruiters see during from your CV. But of course, you need to make your CV precise and not too lengthy. So I would suggest that you go for, inshallah, we're going to have a resume workshop. So perhaps it may be beneficial for you so that you would know the right template to make your CV or resume.
Internship CV, as how I totally agree with Sister Nadia. The workshop is a brilliant idea. Just join. Make sure you create your own cover letter. Don't pay others to do resume for you. Don't do that. So learn and join the workshop. It's gonna be beneficial because you know yourself best. So I agree with the idea given by Sister Nadia. It's about best company for internship. Usually people will be saying that I'll go for big companies. I don't reject the idea. It's good for you to have the exposure on how professionalism are, but like for my own experiences, I would rather go for startup companies. Though it's gonna be very difficult in terms of they are managing things from basic things. So when you go for startup companies, not a really well-known companies, you will have more experiences, but you have to struggle a bit because they are just adapting their business. But if you go for big companies, also no problem. But make sure you need to know other jobs as well, other departments as well. If you've been given only one job, make sure you equip yourself with other jobs. Like if you're in the marketing team, maybe you can equip yourself with content writing and also under administration. So learn something not only from your role but from others. Both companies are okay. It's based on your preferences. You can go for startup companies or you can go for big companies. No problem as long as you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I agree on that, because we can't really say which company are the best, because different companies have different specialties and different uniqueness. So it backs on your principle or your stand. So let's say if you want to learn from below, from the start, you would go for startup company. Of course, you would learn more because they are, you're not established yet, but you would experience a lot more. However, I would emphasize that different companies has different challenges. But like I said, enjoy your ride, enjoy your experience, and make your internship or work life experience and meaningful, so that you are not wasting your time doing things that you don't enjoy at.
I hope that this sharing session is beneficial for you guys. So to summarize it all, you should be prepared for your internship regardless. You should be prepared for anything regardless in life. Just plan ahead so that you don't get yourself into trouble. Our speakers have anything else to add to close, to wish you guys anything? Please welcome.
Okay, I do have other posts that I do about sharing internship and everything. Just follow me on my IG, Sue_Farhan, SUE_FARHAN. So just be there, and I have my post there public. And that will be the first. And second, I wish you guys all the best. Don't be stressed out if things doesn't work the way you wanted. There's always a better future ahead if you were to get up, like how Sister Nadia mentioned. As long as you know yourself the best. And I wish you guys all the best, and I hope I'm able to assist you guys throughout this whole session.
For those who are in commerce, I would say, do you call your guys in commerce? You guys are so blessed to have senior like Sister Sue, who is willing to share everything that she can share. And my point would be, don't be so hard on yourself. Life is a journey, it's not a destination. So just do your best in life, explore new things, explore yourself, as well as building good relationship with others. So that I pray hard that you guys have the things that you want in life. Be it, if not, just have some self acceptance, and uh, don't forget to be grateful for whatever that you already have right now. Okay. So also I want to say that you guys can follow the Counseling and Career Services Unit Instagram, because we'll be sharing anything related to counseling and career programs, events, and information there.
So that's all for tonight. Thank you very much.